All right, so welcome to UCEAP 101. Your adventure starts here. We have a lot of information packed into this presentation, so we'll move quickly. Please feel free to take screenshots of any of the slides. The presentation is going to be recorded and will be posted on the UCEAP YouTube channel after the presentation is over. Captions are available if you would like to enable that function in Zoom. We will also have a Q&A session at the end of the webinar, and you can send questions to us via the chat box.
So let's highlight the benefits of studying abroad through UCEAP, the official study abroad provider for the entire UC system. We strive to increase access to the transformative power of study abroad for students of all races, ethnicities, and socioeconomic backgrounds. We believe study abroad prepares the next generation of leaders with the global perspective and intercultural competence needed to effect positive change in our interconnected world. So our programs are designed specifically for UC students. With hundreds of options available, you will find the perfect study abroad program to suit your needs. While on study abroad with UCEAP, you remain enrolled in your UC campus, which means you do not need to take a leave of absence during your study abroad program, and your UC financial aid goes with you. Additionally, you are guaranteed that all the courses you take abroad will receive UC credit.
We offer you the world. UCEAP has programs based in over 40 countries. And we know that for some students, program selection is all about location, location, location. So when choosing a program, consider where it is you want to spend your time while you are abroad. UCEAP has 3 options available in Africa and 3 in the Middle East. These off-the-beaten-path programs could be an ideal fit for those of you looking to stray a bit from the traditional study abroad experience. From our neighbor to the north, Canada, to the geographically rich region of southern Chile, explore the diversity of experiences available, both inside and outside of the classroom, on UCEAP's programs in the Americas. Expand your horizons beyond the confines of the traditional classroom experience by exploring the most dynamic cities in the world and immersing yourself in their vibrant culture. In addition to our 2 locations in Oceania, UCEAP also has programs available in East, South, and Southeast Asia. UCEAP has 15 destinations spread over the different regions in Europe, from large cosmopolitan capital cities to cozy medieval towns. You'll find a location that piques your personal interest and allows you to expand your academic and cultural explorations.
UCEAP programs are developed to help students accomplish their academic, career, and personal goals. There are several types of experiences available for you to consider. So when choosing a program, it's important to ask yourself about your priorities and what you hope to accomplish while abroad. So on an immersion program, you will be in class with local students and select courses from host university departments. With an international program, you will choose classes from a list designed for study abroad students, and you'll learn alongside other international students and get to make friends from all over the world. Our internship and research programs provide you with hands-on experience that can be applied to your academic and career goals. And while research and internships are a built-in component of these experience types, they are also optional components of many of our other programs. Language programs offer the opportunity for you to concentrate on learning the language and culture of your host country. Themed programs focus on a specific topic or area of study. It gives you in-depth knowledge on a topic such as business, psychology, public health, or sustainability, for example. Multi-site is just like it sounds. You will visit and study in 2 or more locations and get to explore the unique perspectives in each site. And with curriculum, UC curriculum programs, you choose courses from a short custom menu designed for the University of California, while also meeting students from around the UC system.
UCEAP offers year-round programs year-round and for different lengths of time. When choosing a program, think about how study abroad fits within your personal timeline. Our academic calendar starts with summer because most universities around the world run on the semester system. Many of the programs offered by UCEAP are semester long as well. No worries for quarter campus students though. You are eligible to participate on both our quarter and semester length programs. You will just be abroad longer when on a semester program, and your units will reflect this.
Okay, now we'll talk through some of the academic considerations of the study abroad process. So as was mentioned earlier in this session, as a UCEAP participant, you will earn direct UC credit for the coursework you complete abroad. So this means the courses, units, and grades will post to your UC transcript. They will count towards your total units and GPA and can be used to fulfill specific degree requirements like GEs, breadth, or major courses. As you are considering what study abroad program is best for you, we do recommend that you have a conversation with your college or department academic advisor. Together, you can review your degree plan, and they may have recommendations for when is the best time for you to study abroad and what kind of requirements you might want to focus on completing abroad in order to stay on track towards your degree. So for coursework from abroad to fulfill degree requirements, you will likely need to submit a petition to your college, department, or academic advisor. And as part of this petition, you should include a syllabus so that whoever is reviewing your petition can know the topics covered in the course you took. The petition process may happen before, during, or after your study abroad program, depending on your UC campus. And you can find syllabi posted on many UCEAP program web pages, or we will link to our host institution website where you can search for syllabi or course descriptions. And I will talk more about that later in this session. Now, depending on the program, you may register for courses at the host institution or complete a course preference survey either before your program begins or once you arrive on site. For other programs, the curriculum is the same for all participants, so no registration is required. After your course registration abroad is finalized, you will confirm your courses with UCEAP through the online student portal on what we refer to as a study list. So it's the means by which we know every course that every UCEAP participant takes abroad. Then after the program ends, we will enter your grades from abroad into your study list and send them to your campus registrar to post to your UC transcript. One thing to note is that grades from abroad are not available as quickly as grades at your home UC. So just keep this in mind, especially if you are a graduating senior. And we do have this timeline on every program webpage on the UCEAP website. So you'll have a general idea when to expect your grades.
Money matters. The total cost of studying abroad varies by country due to the local cost of living, round-trip airfare, exchange rates, and individual spending habits. But on average, a year abroad costs about the same as a year at your UC campus. Some programs actually even cost less. UCEAP works with your campus and our study abroad partners to make the financial process as seamless for you as possible. As a UC program, UCEAP offers continued UC enrollment and tuition. This means that your UC financial aid travels with you, so students who receive UC financial aid continue to receive grants, loans, and scholarships. All students should plan to submit a FAFSA application. Even if you have not previously received financial aid, you may be eligible when you study abroad. Be sure to apply for a UCEAP scholarship as well. because all UCEAP participants are eligible for consideration. You are also encouraged to look into any other funding opportunities that may be available to you. UCEAP accountants will work with our on-site contacts to create a budget for each individual program. The amount factors in your UC tuition, insurance, transportation, visa processing, activities, housing, meals, books, laundry, and much more. It basically includes everything we expect you will need while on the program. Your campus financial aid office will use your UCEAP program budget to calculate your financial aid package. This means that the amount and distribution will be adjusted to fit your personal situation and specific program cost. Additionally, UCEAP offers an extended payment plan designed to give students an opportunity to pay for their UCEAP program fees over an extended period of time. There is no interest charge for this option because the extended payment plan is not a loan. Studying abroad is a personal journey. Motivation, priorities, goals, and needs vary by each individual, and program selection should involve careful thought and preparation. Depending on your personal circumstances, there may be additional details that you want to factor into your decision-making process. How do you plan to fund your program? In addition to UCEAP scholarships, there may be other ways to help make your program more affordable. For example, there are a few countries that allow international or exchange students to work during their program. It is possible that some terms may have more aid available than others due to your campus's financial aid cycle. If you are a non-resident, summer programs do not charge non-resident tuition. Do you receive medical care, see a counselor, or take any medication? If so, you will want to contact your doctor well in advance to discuss a treatment plan for you while you are abroad. Certain medications, services, and specialists might not be available in some countries, so you may need to make alternate plans. If you receive accommodations at your UC, it is important to know that accommodations abroad are not guaranteed. Early disclosure is important. The process to request accommodations can take several months, and it involves working closely with your campus disabilities office and UCEAP. If you have plans to bring a dependent with you, be aware that there will be many logistics to arrange ahead of time for both you and your dependent. Due to visa, housing, and other restrictions, some programs may not be possible. If you are an undocumented or DACA student, you can consult with an immigration attorney free of charge on your campus to determine if study abroad is right for you. Plan ahead, as the preparation process is complex and can take several months or even a year to complete. These are just some examples of things to consider as you search for the destination that best suits you. In many cases, planning early is key, and your campus study abroad office is a great resource on these matters. Now that you know all the basics about UCEAP, let's move on to the application process. Applying for a program involves a couple different steps. Please note that the requirements, process, and timeline will vary by program. A general starting point is the UCEAP website. Browse the different programs available and check that you meet the eligibility requirements. Most of our programs have plenty of capacity, and as long as you meet the eligibility requirements, you will be able to participate. Once you decide which program you are interested in, complete your campus's application process by their deadline. Keep in mind that deadlines can be as early as 9 months prior to the start date of the program, and some applications are processed on a first come, first served basis. So the earlier you can start planning, the better. In addition to your campus application, You must also submit an online UCEAP application for your program. A link is available on the UCEAP website. Once you complete these 2 steps and are selected to move forward with your application, we will then help you with your application requirements for the host institution and your pre-departure logistics, such as securing housing and obtaining proper visa documentation. On a related note, make sure that you have a passport. Most countries require that your passport is valid for at least 6 months after your scheduled return, and the current processing time for US passports is over 3 months.
Okay, we've covered a lot of general topics so far, but you may now be wondering, how do I get more information? So here we have listed some helpful resources for you. The first is obviously the UCEAP website, which I will walk through in a moment. Next is a link to office hours where you can schedule a virtual appointment with a UCEAP advisor if you have any questions as you decide on a program. You can visit the UCEAP YouTube channel to access our catalog of helpful videos, including more information about specific programs or regions. And then lastly, in collaboration with the UC Campus Study Abroad offices, we are offering an Exploring Your Identity Abroad series with webinars throughout this year. Okay, so I'm just going to back out of this presentation and then go to the UCEAP website. So this is the home page. And if you are looking for programs, you will want to start on the menu in the top right corner. And there are a couple of different ways to look for programs. Under Explore UCEAP, you can search by region. And then within each region, we have a list of countries where we do offer programs. So if you click on any of these countries, you'll see the programs available in that country. You can search by field of study. So if you select any of these fields of study, you'll see all of the programs where you can take coursework in that field of study. I do just want to mention that this is a list of some of the most popular fields of study in the UC, but it's not an extensive list. So just be aware of that. And then search by experience. So these are the experience types that we talked about earlier in the presentation. So say you want to do research while you're abroad. If you click on this button here, you will see all of our research programs. Okay, the last way to search for programs is this Find a Program button. And it will take you to this page where you see all of our programs listed on these cards here with kind of a brief description about the program, and then a bunch of filters on the left-hand side, including all of the filters that I just talked to you about. So by location, academic discipline, and experience type, as well as a few others. So we have 166 programs, which is a lot. So I'm going to walk through an example of how you can narrow down your program options. So my recommendation would be to start with academic disciplines. And so these are just very broad academic fields, usually encompassing more than one academic discipline or field within them. So I'm going to choose social and behavioral sciences. And when you select a discipline, it does populate a subfilter called subject areas. And these are kind of more narrow fields of study within the discipline that you just selected. So let's go communication. All right. Another helpful filter is this courses taught in. Now you can obviously search by a specific language. Say you want to study in Spanish or French or something like that. That's easy enough to look for here. But another way to use this filter is, say you are interested in studying in English and you're not sure what options you have outside of the very obvious locations in English-speaking countries. You can select English here, and it will show you every single program where you can study or take coursework in English. Okay, so we've brought it down to 77 programs, which is better, but that's still going to be a lot. So I'm going to continue to apply some filters. So let's go to Europe. And I work with Spain, so let's go to Spain. Okay, so 4 programs, that's pretty great. Let's see what these remaining filters are. So experience types, we talked about that. Term, if you have a particular term that you know you want to be abroad, you can select for that here. And then these remaining filters, UC campus, GPA, and class level all have to do with eligibility requirements for the program. All right, so I'm going to pick 2 different types of programs just to show you examples. So I'll go this Carlos III University in Madrid, and then you'll see the experience type is listed here as an immersion program. And then I'm also going to pick this sustainable food systems in the Mediterranean, and it's a couple different experience types. A multi-site, it is in Italy and Spain, a themed program, sustainable food systems, and it's a UC curriculum program. So as we discussed earlier, on a program like this is coursework designed for the UC, and so you will be in class with only other UC students. Okay, so on the page here, this homepage for the program, you'll see the exact same information that you just saw on the previous page, kind of at a glance information. And there's further information about the program. And if you scroll down a little further, there's a bit more information about the university as well. For detailed information about the program itself, we will navigate through all of these tabs on the left-hand side. So dates and eligibility is going to tell you the terms that you can study abroad on this program. And this is kind of a general timeline for when the fall semester or spring semester is going to run. And then if you click on the drop-down menu, it lists all of the eligibility requirements for the program. And academics. So this is, there's a lot of information on this tab. I do recommend you read through it carefully. You're going to find information about whether you need to study a language. Is it required or optional? What are the requirements for studying abroad? So for example, in this particular program, you would need to take 4 courses and a minimum of 20 quarter or 13.1 semester units. And then what kind of coursework is available. Now, I mentioned before, this is an immersion program. So that means that you would be taking courses at the host institution, and essentially the entire course catalog is going to be available for you to take. So in this case, because there's so many course options available, we have linked to the host institution. So you should definitely use these links that we provided to look at the host institution website to see what kind of coursework and course information you can find. So this is a list of all of the degrees available at Carlos III. So I'll just click into one example here, business administration and program. So this is the degree plan and for local students. And so you as an international student essentially get to choose any of these courses that you might be interested in. And these course titles are links to syllabi. So this will make it very easy for you to share this information with your academic advisor and start that conversation about, how these courses from abroad can be used to fulfill your degree requirements. So that's for an immersion program. Compare that to this UC construct program, UC curriculum program. So on the academics page, it is a set curriculum on this program. You're going to take 4 courses, 23 quarter or 15.4 semester units, and you'll have a small selection of courses to choose from. And in this case, we have linked here directly to the syllabi. So comparing these 2 programs, that's kind of how you go about getting course information. Okay, back to Carlos III. If you scroll further down on any of the academics page for any program, there is a section about academic culture, so information about what you can expect in the classroom setting or maybe what the exam setting might be like. And then a very important section here, grades. This is where you find out the timeline for when to receive grades. So on this particular program, fall semester grades are available in March, spring semester grades are available in August. Housing is going to tell you the type of housing available on the program. So it'll be listed here, kind of easy to see list of options. And then if you scroll down further, it will have further details about what each of those housing options entails. cost. This is an at a glance estimated expenses for both terms. And then if you want a little bit more information, it does show what is included in that calculation. And then down below this customize your estimate. If you input each of these fields, the information specific to your particular circumstances, it will provide you a more specified estimation for you. So I definitely do recommend that you use that. Support. This is going to show you information about what kind of like travel insurance or emergency assistance is available to you on each program. So for example, on-site support is listing, we have our study center staff listed here. And again, emergency information for you. And then the last tab is how to apply. And this is the steps that we talked about earlier in the presentation. We do have a section on talking about the acceptance process. Now, for this particular program, it is a limited capacity. We have a certain number of spaces available on this program. And so we do indicate here that it is on a first come, first served basis. So in this case, for the fall 2023 program, the application opened on November 1st, 2022. So this is what we mean when we say, as soon as you can start this process, as soon as you can apply, the better. So not every program has limited space though. If a program does, it would be indicated in this section of the webpage. And then the last section is deadlines, and deadlines are campus specific. So we have linked to each campus here, and you can see the deadlines that apply to you. Okay, so, say you're looking around and you are, maybe you have some extra questions about the programs. At the bottom of every single page, we do have this general info@UCEAP email address. You can feel free to reach out to that address, and we'll make sure that your question gets to the appropriate advisor at our office. Otherwise, under menu and about UCEAP, we do have a contacts page. And so we have contact listed by country. And we do list the international academic specialist, program specialist, and finance accountant for each program. So you can feel free to reach out to us here if you have questions about a particular country, a particular program. And if you're not sure who to reach out to with these questions, feel free to just copy all of us on a single message, and we'll make sure that the appropriate person will respond to your question. We did talk a bit about, funding a program, and so you may have questions about scholarships. And I'm happy to say that we do have information about scholarships on our website. So back on the menu button, go to Student Resources and Paying for Study Abroad. And we have a scholarships page here on the left-hand side. So a bunch of information about what scholarships are available. So these are UCEAP scholarships, awards once you return, and then additional scholarship resources available to you. And then if you have any questions about the scholarships or scholarship process, we do have an email address that you can reach out to, and they will get back to you to help answer your questions. So that is the website.
All right, thank you for attending this session. We will now be moving on to the question and answer portion of the webinar. Please go ahead and send us any questions you have via the chat box.